Talking about how to organically grow and get your first 10 laundry clients. We're going to be talking about how you can do it with no ads, no gimmicks, and we're going to give you realistic numbers, okay? So the goal is to essentially be able to get as many people, like say this person in this apartment, scheduling you for the laundry pickup and delivery so that you make money simply picking up these clothes, taking it to the laundromat, getting them to do all the work, and bringing it right back. But you might be thinking, okay, anybody can start a laundry company, but how do I actually get my first laundry people? Well, we're gonna start up with the things that most people really miss, okay? The reality that most people miss. You don't need paid ads, okay? You don't need to run ads to get customers. Does ads help? It does. But you don't need a large social media following to get ads. You literally can start from you can start off just literally last week, yesterday, even today, and be able to get clients. You don't need a social media following. You don't need a viral video. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be famous. You literally can do this from the ground up, okay? So what you do need, the things that you do need, okay, is local visibility. If you're in a city, the goal is to get people in your city to schedule a pickup. You're not worried about, if I live in Texas, I'm not worried about the people in California. If I live in California, I'm not worried about the people in New York. But I want to worry about the people that are local. So if I can be visible to the people locally, they're going to schedule pickups. Why? Because they see that I'm around them. They see that I'm in their area, and they see that I live in their town and city, okay? The next one is repetition. Pretty much what happens is once you are able to get a laundry client, the goal is not to just get them once, it's to get them to keep coming back. One of the things that you can do to get them to keep coming back is work on your retention and repetition, okay? So once you do something and you see that it works, keep doing it again and again and again. If you do something and see that it made you money, keep doing it again and again and again, okay? And the last thing is pretty much the simple and clear offers. You don't want it to get too complicated. You don't want people to not understand what you charge, how much you charge, what the difference between your prices and other people's prices are. You want it to be simple and clear, okay? Your first 10 clients come from direct local exposure, not internet at scale. Because you don't have following, because you're not that, haven't been on the internet that long, nobody really knows you. But if you are a part of your city and you can get access to those people locally, that's how you get people to schedule pickups with you. Because like I said, if you're trying to reach somebody in California and you live in Texas, you're just wasting your time, okay? So when it comes to the first 10, just a little bit. Okay, when it comes to the first getting your 10 clients, right? The first thing that I always recommend that people do, one thing that I always think that helps is creating a Google profile. So if you watch any of my other videos, you would see that I tell you to, when you want to start your laundry business, one of the main things that you got to have is pretty much a Google profile and a booking form. When you have the Google profile, Google is already doing the work for you. When someone looks up laundromats near me, Google's pulling up your profile. When somebody looks up wash and fold near me, Google is giving them your account. So you're getting, with putting in low effort, you're getting a high return. You can get 2 to 3 clients just like this. I'm talking about you don't have to lift a finger besides create this profile, which is free, and people will come to you. Okay, people will come to you. So boom, you have your first 2 to 3. I would even say your first 5 clients, because I was able to get literally my first maybe 17 clients just off of the Google before I even created a nice website. Right now, even to this day, I still use Google Forms just because I try to teach people how to do this with no money, free, with pretty much starting off with no money. And not only do I don't want to tell you guys, oh, you can do this and this and this, but I show you and do it myself. Okay. The next one is the flyers, the door to door. This kind of goes into the medium effort, because at the end of the day, you kind of have to go out and do a little bit of work, but the reason why this is so powerful, kind of like how we talked about how you have to be locally visible. At the end of the day, if you're doing door-to-door in your local city, town, or market, you're more likely to get people to schedule your pickup. Why? Because you're already in their town. You're already in their city, okay? The next one is pretty much the personal networks. There's probably one person that you know, meaning if you actually posted it on social media, if you're one of those people that, know what your friends and family to see what you're doing or your side hustles, okay, cool. You don't really have to post it. But say you are one of those people. You might be telling, your colleagues, one of your old people, say a mom that always talks about how much she hates laundry, or somebody that that always go to a laundromat and spends hours doing laundry that that would love to use your service. Sometimes there are people in your life that would love your help. You just didn't know that they needed your help, okay? So boom, these 3 alone, like I said, are going to get you the first maybe 4 to 6 clients, and then the last one is pretty much the referral from the first couple clients. So say Google profile gives you, say, 2 to 3 clients, right? And you tell them, hey, I'm giving away 50% discount to the next for your next order, and 50% discount to the person that you send my way. Now you're making money. You're getting people to refer you, and you're getting extra people. So what happens is you did the work once. You did an amazing job, but people are going and pretty much doing the marketing for you. You get client once, and you do such a great job that they're going to help you get other clients. It's pretty much that simple. And the reason why it's low effort is because at the end of the day, you're not the one that has to do anything. They're the ones that go out and preach for you. They're the ones that go market for you. They're the ones that hype you up, okay? So kind of like I said, the goal to pretty much get there again is when you want to go to the when you're going to do the Google profile. Okay, to get the Google profile, you're gonna need the business name, the service area, phone number, website link. This is pretty much your booking form. Okay, this you can actually use Google Forms. Okay, and then you're gonna have your services like laundry, pickup, and delivery. So when you have this, Google understands who you are, where you serve, how to get in contact with you, how people can book, and what you do. Boom, you're already getting your first 2 to 3 clients. Okay. Pretty much what actually converts is pretty much if you're servicing the radius between 5 to 10 miles, and you have clear hours, and you're doing the same day versus next day, and you have pictures showing the testimony, these things are going to help you. Okay, so for example, if you have the 5 to 10 miles radius, meaning if say you live in Bedford, right, which is near Arlington, Texas. If I'm servicing people in California, how am I going to get a hold of you? Say somebody does book a load, how am I going to be able to fulfill that load? Compared to if I'm actually doing the pickups and delivery, and say I live in one town and I do 5 to 10 miles, so where when somebody picks it up, the furthest I have to travel is 10 miles, I'm making money, okay? Clear hours. People want to know when you're open, when you're closed. One of the things I used to do that was kind of a hack is I used to put 24 hours so that people would call me at random times of the night and actually schedule pickups with me, okay? And sometimes all I would do is just tell them, okay, yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to schedule this for the morning, okay? The same day versus the next day. You want to be able to tell people, okay, if they pick up the schedule from you, are they going to get their clothes back the same day? Are they going to get back next day? Can they have the option to do both? And how much are they going to pay for each one? Okay, 3 basic pictures. People want to see that you actually have done this before. Kind of like how I was showing you this one. Just the fact that you can see this order that I have done, just the fact that you can see this house and this dirty and it looks so realistic, like, because at the end of the day, we can't really fake this. I don't want to fake it. So when I show you that, hey, I actually did this, you're like, okay, this is better than if he had it, okay? Boom. The next one is the real numbers, okay? So say you create a new profile, you're getting 50 to 150 impressions a week, especially if you're actually, set everything up correctly and you think it looks good. And say your click-through rates between 5 to 10%, meaning out of all these people that come your way, 5 to 10% actually, click on your website, click on your thing, go to your form, and then out of those 5 to 10%, say out of those people, 5 to 10% actually book, right? Boom. Now you have 2 to 3 clients within your first 2 weeks. Think about that again. Now you have 2 to 3 clients within your first 2 weeks, meaning you didn't have to do much. All you do is create your Google profile, and now you have your first 2 to 3 clients, okay? And this happens within 2 to 3 weeks because Google is going to start showing you. People are going to be looking it up, and you're going to pop up, okay? The next one is the flyers. Say you wanted to do the flyer method, right? Say you're like, okay, this is nice. I got 2 to 3, but say I want to get a little more. You can go and pretty much create some flyers to help you get to, the 4 to 6 customers. This is where most of the clients come from, okay? So say you print out 500 flyers, say it costs you 50 to 70 bucks, okay? And you go and deliver them, hand deliver them to the apartments, the duplexes, the townhomes, okay? And the thing is, you want to avoid single family homes initially because at the end of the day, it's gonna be a lot of work, a lot of walking. It's gonna be too much. Sometimes gated communities, it's gonna be a little complicated. But if you do apartments, you can go to one apartment and knock down 30 doors. You can go to duplexes where it's 2 for 1s. You can go to townhomes where people have money, okay? But at the end of the day, you want to avoid single family homes because that can kind of get in your way and make things harder for you. And you want to work smart. You don't want to work hard. Okay. So when it comes to real conversion rates, so say you have an average response rate of 0.5 to 1%, right? So you say you sent out 500 flyers and only 1% reply. This is actually not a bad thing, especially when it comes to flyers, because half of them don't see it, half of them don't care, half of them don't whatever. But say you only have 1%. I'm talking about you make 500 flyers and only 1% of those people actually book with you. Now you have 5 clients that booked with you. Boom, this is 5 clients. It costs you 40 bucks, anywhere from 50 to 75 bucks, and you have 5 clients, okay? So say each client's worth $40 to $60, because that's how it usually goes, where, the profit that you end up making is going to be between 40 to 60, right? So say the weekly or the and then say they schedule to where they want to do a weekly or bi-weekly. Boom. Now, not only do you have 5 clients paying you $40 to $60 every week or 2 weeks, but now you really have people coming in and paying you, okay? So now you're practically making money. So say, for example, we want to do it in the sweet middle, right? So say $50 per order, and you have 5 orders, right? So pretty much you have $250 that you made off of this. So say out of the $250, say you the flyers cost you $50, you made $200 just off of this, okay? And meaning you made $200 just off of the 5 clients and only 1% of the rate increase. So say your flyers get better and you get 2% or 5% or 10%, man, your number's gonna go through the roof, okay? What the flyers must say. People have to know what's going on. One thing that you can do to help you increase the chances of your flyers doing well is you have to have laundry pickup and delivery. You have to let them know that you pick up the clothes, you wash it, and you deliver it back to them. It's as simple as that. If people don't know, they don't know, okay? So you have to have a starting price. You have to know what people can expect to pay. So if I did want to use you to pick up my clothes, wash it, and dry, and bring it back to me, how much are you going to charge me, okay? And then the last thing is pretty much the phone number and the website. The website is the booking form. Sometimes you can kind of leave this out if you need to, because you could just have them call you directly. Or you can have literally a QR code that people can scan where it takes you straight to your website or straight to the booking form, okay? And the first time customers incentives, this is when I usually do like 10% off, $20 off, stuff like that. Or if you refer somebody else to me, I'll give you a discount, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's as simple as having, telling them that you do laundry pickup and delivery. Tell them how you're going to do it. Tell them what you're going to charge them. And tell them how you can then get a hold of you is going to get you your first couple of people, okay? So when it comes to your personal networks, this is the number 3 one. You can go to your friends, family. Okay, well, you can go to your friends, you can go to your family, you can go to your coworkers, you can go to your neighbors. I'm talking about people in your life that would love to pay you to do the laundry, but you just don't know that they would pay you. Okay, so that's why it's so important that you actually have to have people in your life that you're willing to actually go and ask them for, whether it's feedback, whether it's for help, whether it's for customers, or even to help you go pass out flyers. You can get people to help you go pass out these flyers. So meaning, say you go pass out 500 flyers in your own in one apartment, but you get a friend to go and help you pass out 500 flyers in a different apartment. Now you go from 4 to 5 clients to 8 to 9 clients. Okay, say you have a family member that's willing to help you with the pickup and deliveries. Instead of having to hire a driver, now you have somebody to help you, with the pickup and deliveries. Say you need your coworkers to help you with the Google review. Now your Google profile is getting more traffic because you can get them to give you Google reviews. Okay, say your neighbor, you just tell them about what you do. Say every once in a while your neighbor actually has a washing machine because you guys live next to each other. Say you get them to do one load of laundry every once in a while, and they actually benefit you because now you're getting paid. Okay, so pretty much, like I said, there are a lot of ways to pretty much use your personal network to get those clients. Okay. So this is how you pretty much going to ask without having to pitch it, okay? So say you're like, hey, I just started a laundry pickup and delivery service. If you know anyone who hates doing laundry, send them my way. It's as simple as that. I just started a laundry pickup service. If you know anyone that hates doing laundry, send them my way. So what happens is if you ask enough people, so say you get 10 conversions, say you ask 10 people and 1 or 2 out of those 10 people, 1 or 2 actually sign up. They're often easier customers because they already came to you, and once you get them as a customer and you fulfill the laundry order and they love it because they actually appreciate you and wanted your service all along, you can get them to give you your reviews, which helps you get more customers. Okay, so at the end of the day, like I said, there's a lot of things that you can do to use your family and friends to get you more clients and more customers. Okay, the last one is pretty much to convert your first clients into referrals. Kind of like I was saying, if you do $10 off your next order for every referral, you can have it to where people are going out and actually doing the work for you. People are going out and actually getting customers for you. This is the good part, because at the end of the day, if they're going out and doing the work for you, it saves you money, it saves you time, it saves you effort. So say you have 5 active clients that are going around getting new clients for you, right? And each person, say, gets you 1 person. It might cost you $10 because you give them $10 off the order. But then say that the lifetime value of the client is $300 to $1,000. So meaning this person's going to make you $1,000, say, within their lifetime, which is only going to cost you 10. And I'm talking about this is literally 100 times 100x. You know what I'm saying? Oh wait. Yeah, 100x times literally the thing. So at the end of the day, you can 100 times your effort by simply having people do the work for you, okay? So a timeline when you can get your first customer is pretty much like this. So the first week, you're going to do the Google profile, and you're going to set up a couple flyers, and you should expect to get your first 2 to 3 customers. Within the second week, you should do another 300 flyers plus your network and increase, 3 to 5. Meaning network just means you're going to go around and actually tell the people that you already did the work for to help you get more customers. The next one is going to be the referrals and the Google. So at the end of the Google, you're getting more reviews, and the referrals, because you're doing more and more clients, you're going to use them to give you more referrals. So boom, you have Google reviews plus referrals, and you're just getting extra people coming in. Within that's 10 plus clients within the first 2 to 3 weeks. Meaning within week 1 to week 3, you're gonna be able to make literally you're gonna have 10 plus clients. Okay, so you're thinking, okay, I got 10 plus clients. How much am I gonna make? Okay, 10 plus clients. So boom. So you have 10 clients. Say you do 1 order a week, which is realistic. I'm talking about some people might do it every week, 2 weeks, whatever. Say you do 1 order a week. The average is $45 per order that you make per client. You have $450 a week that you're making simply doing pickup and deliveries. Okay, with 10 clients and 1 order a week from that person. Meaning, if you do all 10 within 2 days, you can make this within 2 days. If you do all of them within 1 day, you can make all this within 1 day. Okay, and then if you're making this a week, right? So you're doing this every week. Within a month, you're gonna make $2,000 a month just off of doing laundry pickup and delivery. Okay, but say for an example, right? You have a laundry person that's, say, doing 1.5 orders, because some people like to schedule it often, especially when you have a lot of kids, especially when you have a lot of laundry, especially when you have different family members, and there's just always clothes being that are gonna need laundry. And say the average person pays you $50 per order, right? You're making $750 per week, $3,000 a month, $3,000 a month just off of pickup and delivery. And like I said, this is something that you can start doing within 3 weeks. So meaning if you dedicated 1 month, the first 60 days or the first 30 days, you literally can get set up full, get your first couple of clients, and within the next month, you can be not only fully set up and ready to go, but you could be at the $3,000 mark within that next month, okay? Why this works and social media usually doesn't, because laundry is local, kind of like how I talked about. People are around you. When you on social media, it's going to send it to somebody in California that has nothing to do with anything, and you're not going to be able to show up in their search results. But having a Google profile that shows you your address, lives in a certain town and space, when people look up in that town and space, they're going to find you and they're going to actually use you as your service. Customer search when the pain is high. People are searching laundry mats near me, laundry pickup near me, I need a laundry service around me. So whenever somebody comes to your website, it's not like you're begging them to, or that you have to convince them or do any sales. The person comes to you and they're already sold. That's one of the best parts I love about this industry, is that when people come to you, they're already the money's already in their hand, ready to hand it to you. Convenience beats branding early on. So at the end of the day, whenever you're able to just go and pick up the clothes at any time, any place, when you start making relationships with the people and tell them, hey, hey, Mrs. Jones, I enjoy doing your laundry. Call me anytime you need it again. Man, people are gonna start to love you, and you're gonna start to be convenient to them. And the convenience actually beats branding. Even if there's established brands out there, you're gonna be able to beat them because Ms. Jones wants you to come pick up her laundry because she likes you, and you guys talk about how your favorite dog is a Chihuahua or whatever. Repetition beats creativity. So at the end of the day, if you're able to find a way to get your first couple of clients and just keep doing it again and again, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to create websites that are fancy. You don't have to create apps at $1,000. You don't have to do things that like billboards. You just have to do whatever works again and again. Okay. You don't have to get creative or reinvent the wheel or stress yourself out. At the end of the day, just repetition is key. Okay. Before to pretty much wrap things up, okay? The rules to get your first clients is pretty much do not overthink your branding. You don't have to be established. You don't have to have a lot of money. You don't have to be $1,000 in ad spend. You don't have to do much. You don't have to overthink it, okay? Do not wait for perfection. When I tell you that your website could be trash, you don't even need a website. You don't just have a Google form. It doesn't have to look pretty. It doesn't have to look all expensive. You just need something that gets the job done. If somebody can book using a Google form and you get that information, you can go pick up the clothes, and the laundromat is there to do the laundry. Everything works out. You don't have to overcomplicate it. You don't have to be perfect. Okay? Do not scale before consistency. You don't want to get ahead of yourself. You don't want to start hiring drivers after getting your first order and then having to pay people monthly, weekly, or whatever, and you're not getting that many orders yet. You want to make sure that your orders are coming in. You want to make sure that you made a couple bucks. You want to make sure that you can project how well things are going to go before you start to get ahead of yourself. Okay. Talk to people every day. It's kind of like I was talking to you. If you start to treat your customers like family, whenever you go pick up the clothes and you tell them, hey, Ms. Jones, let's see, and then they can call you personally to where they don't even have to go on your website or anything. When they want to schedule the next pickup, they just call you and say, hey, Mr. Muhammad, I want to schedule a pickup for Wednesday. You're like, boom, I got it all set up. I'll be there Wednesday, 2:00. When you start to talk to people, man, they not only does this help with the referrals, but people start to trust you, the people start to like you, your relationships get better, and at the end of the day, you start to make more money, okay? Track who called and why. People are going to call you, ask you questions. Some people are going to call you just to ask how much you charge. Some people are going to call you and say that they hate your service. Some people are going to call and say that, they're going to schedule in 1 week. Whenever people call, track why they call, track who calls, track where they call from. Ask them, how they heard about you, what area they live in, how they feel about your price and stuff like that. When you get customer feedback, I'm going to put customer feedback. This makes it to where you can know what to do different. You can know what to do better. You can know how to improve. And the reason why this helps you is because at the end of the day, if you're willing to pretty much listen to people and have them like you, they're gonna like you and make you more money. Okay, so your first 10 clients come by showing up locally, not going viral. With 50 to 100 bucks, constant effort, and clear messaging, you can realistically land them within 2 weeks. It's as simple as it sounds, guys. I know I went through this whole thing. If you want to go back and start from the beginning, you can. I'm trying to do more lecture videos like this so that I can kind of show you guys step by step how it all works. Break it down like if you're a student and I'm a professor. Okay. So if you enjoyed this video, give me a like, give me a subscribe. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section. I'm willing to answer any questions you guys have. The questions that you guys ask, I will use for titles for the next couple of videos. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. But to be honest, guys, it's as simple as it sounds. You can get your first couple of clients, first 10 clients without really running any ads, doing anything that costs you too much money. And if you did decide to spend a little bit of money, it's even more guaranteed. But that's all I have for today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one.